If there is ever a heaven on earth, it is here in Kashmir, are the famous words of Mughal Emperor Jahangir. Kashmir is blessed with all the virtues travelers obsess over. Snow-capped peaks, dense pine forests, meadows, waterfalls and gushing rivers.
We get a lot of local and foreign tourists, especially to the Neelam Valley and Muzaffarabad, Rawalakot, Panjosa and Tolipir. Hundreds of thousands come here every year.
But it is also a land of endless instability and uncertainty, owing to its status, a disputed territory. There is a looming security threat along the border, and people, especially tourists, fear the situation can escalate at any moment. Tourism was the backbone of Kashmir's economy. Hundreds of thousands of local and foreign tourists used to come here to witness its landscapes and natural beauty. Such uncertainty is unfortunately far from uncommon in Kashmir. The latest tensions simmering in the valley have brought Pakistan and India to the brink of war.
Ever since India has started violating the ceasefire, it has greatly affected our tourism industry negatively, especially the Neelam Valley, where the tourist spots are very near to the LOC. They fired at those spots and injured the people there. They even fired cluster toy bombs in the area. Several children got injured.
An increased militarization of the Kashmir Valley by Indian armed forces and unrest has taken a heavy toll on tourism.
We used to have thousands of tourists here, but ever since the special status of Kashmir has been changed and violence has begun at the LOC, tourism has gone down. The Kashmir government had announced 2019 as the year of tourism, but no one is coming here because of the tense situation. 90% of our business has been affected.
Much of the local population is involved with tourism, whether directly through hotels, restaurants and transportation, or indirectly through sales of supplies to businesses or handicrafts to visitors.
The situation at the LOC had a negative impact on tourists. Where 1,000 tourists were coming here in the past, now not even 100 come. It is hurting our economy.
In better days, Azad Kashmir sees around 2 to 3 million tourists a year, but whenever turmoil surges, as it is now, livelihoods are impacted. For now, the percentage of the tourists stands at between 2 to 3. Hotels and guest houses lie vacant.
We went as far as giving out hotel and guest houses free for 3 days to the tourists who were traveling here. But when the hype was created in the media about the border areas, people cancelled their trips.
As tensions simmer between the two nuclear-armed neighbors, residents of Kashmir fear the situation might escalate any time. They remain uncertain about their future and livelihood.
It's what you would typically see on a Thai hospital floor. Doctors, nurses running back and forth, and patients, some waiting up to 6 hours a day for a consultation. It's a problem that has plagued Thailand's healthcare system for decades. There just isn't enough nurses to meet the demands of the population. But then, this appears, like something plucked from a sci-fi movie set. Strange as they may seem, Mongkut Watana Hospital in Bangkok believe they have figured out a solution, a logical way to improve their services and make life easier for their personnel.
At this stage, robot can fill the gap to some job of nurse only. We don't intend to replace robot to the people, but we try to replace some job that is not very important for the people. For some back office, I think robots can help them a lot.
These 3 new additions to the hospital floor came all the way from China. Built by a Chinese tech company, the robot nurses named Nan, Nim and Ni spend their days ferrying documents between 8 stations, taking care of administrative tasks and patient information. These mobile nurses are automated guided vehicles and travel along these magnetic strips on the floor. They are fitted with sensors that allow them to stop if a person or object gets in the way. Clocking several kilometers each day, the nurses here say that these robots improve efficiency and reduce human error. AI and robotics are redrawing the healthcare landscape, and Thailand's aggressive push in medical innovations goes beyond just their desire to lead ASEAN in medical care. For this hospital, the possibilities of robotics are endless. Customizable, they look to expand the responsibilities by placing them in the pharmacy to prepare drug dosages, help out in the kitchen and laundry. Robots can do a lot, but humans are not obsolete just yet. Nursing is a profession that relies heavily on the human touch.
Nursing is a delicate job that requires a human's attention to detail, such as inserting a nasal gastric tube or giving patients injections. These things require the skills of nurses.
For now, this trio of bots glide slowly and silently across the floor in their bright yellow nurse uniforms with their blazing massive red eyes. Creepy and disturbing for some, entertaining and amusing for others. Whatever the case, with Thailand's rising healthcare costs and workforce shortages, it looks like these robotic nurses will soon become a necessity rather than a novelty.
Former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak is on trial for 21 charges of money laundering and 4 charges of abusing his power, all in relation to the now infamous state investment firm 1MDB. The chief prosecutor said Najib and fugitive financier Joe Low were accomplices in what he called an elaborate charade enacted to siphon off billions of dollars from 1MDB. Najib is accused of using his powers as Prime Minister and Minister of Finance to try to cover his tracks and derail investigations. Prosecutors say they will prove some $680 million ended up in Najib's bank account for his personal gratification.
I think there's a lot that they promise, which I would like to see them prove. We have always said that whatever is the money, my client believe honestly that it came from the Saudi king, because he met the Saudi king and there was that promise of 1 billion and money did come into his account. So that is our defense. We have always said that it's not a secret.
At least 6 countries are investigating 1MDB, with the US Department of Justice estimating that in total around $4.5 billion was misappropriated. Given the complex web of transactions in this alleged scam, this is going to be a lengthy trial, and Malaysians eager to see justice swiftly done are going to be disappointed.
The Chocolate Pie House, located in the Gangnam district, Seoul City, sells an updated version of South Korea's traditional snack, chocolate pie. Its size is around 1.5 times of a normal pie and made with 100% cocoa butter, natural vanilla, and French cream. The company used 1 year to develop the new recipe. So far, the company has launched 7 flavors like caramel, coca, and red velvet. The pie is priced at 2,500 won each. This updated version could only be purchased in special stores located in airports and shopping malls, and each store could sell over 1,000 pies per day.
The flavor is quite different than the usual, and with the dedicated packaging, I probably will send the pies as gifts for my friends.
Another creative way to innovate South Korea's traditional food is to incorporate Western-style cooking. Take the South Korean sweet cake, for example. It's made mainly from honey, sesame oil, and rice, and it is deep-fried. Many young consumers think they're greasy and unhealthy. Recently, some vendors used the cooking style of the famous French snack macarons to innovate it.
The Western-style baking could offer tender taste for the cake. Consumers aged around 30s to 40 years old
who still hold emotional feelings for this traditional snack, like our macaron cakes a lot.
More and more creative products are emerging from the South Korean snack market, such as shaved ice made from pineapples and honeydew melons, and Oreo cookies flavored rice cakes. The country's snack market is estimated to reach 9 trillion won in the near term.